hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her, I am drinking on water, fresh water.
Ooh,
Is that check, fresh, brand new, not even open.
not even open yet.
I'm
Ooh, and it
trying,
looks
Jeff.
cold
It
too.
is very cold,
Oh my
straight
god.
very cold. So, but I also have my very important cup mug. That's a panel full of cup mugs. A panel full of cup mugs. Ear. Oh, and you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanadiescreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period.
And hello, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel, and oh yeah, no, this episode just makes me upset. I mean, it was bound to happen, but I guess. I'm so annoyed. So annoyed.
I mean, it had to happen at some point, I guess.
Uh, I mean,
Mm,
we finally got out someone who's been hanging on by a thread in the game.
absolutely.
And they were basically just got an extra extension because they decided, yeah, we're gonna just extend this immunity challenge by one episode.
But we'll talk all about that and everything else that happened in this episode of Australia Survivor, episode 17. But before we jump into it, y'all know what to do. Subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you who have already subscribed and are helping us to reach our goal. But if you haven't subscribed, our mission is to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And we have been going hard since the beginning of the year, and we're continuing to go hard by giving you all the content that we can give you on time, in a good time, making it as fun as possible, giving you all the information, all the tea, if you will, on all the shows that we watch, all the competitive reality shows that we could cram into our lives. We are talking about it. So we will hope that you will appreciate what we're doing and just subscribe. The subscription is free. That's all you gotta do is hit that button down there. I see you hovering over there, sir. Hit the button. Thank you, ma'am. I see you too. Hit that button. You, Mister Non-binary. I see you too.
I was
Hit.
wondering how are you gonna land that plane, and I think it just landed in a river.
I got it. No, I'm landing it on dry land. I include everybody. We are here for everybody. We are all inclusive, not
I was
exclusive.
gonna say all exclusive is not the vibe.
That's not it. We're all inclusive. Well, all inclusive to my theys, thems, she's, he's, hers, hims, all y'all. Everybody, come in, subscribe to this channel. Oh, I land on dry land, Jack. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. I don't land in the water. Nope, 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 nope. But subscribe to this channel and subscribe to all of our other channels. All those links will be in the description below if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, if you're a fan of WWE Wrestling, and if you're a fan of Drag Race or Drag, we have channels for you. You can always check us out on our audio podcast links if you need to listen to us on the go, on your way to work or school or wherever you're going. Check us out. That link is also in the description below. And our Patreon is down there as well. So you can see all the fun things that we have going on that we do behind the scenes when we're not covering competitive reality television and just fun things that we have come down your way. So check out all of those links, click them, support us, and we appreciate you. Mwah. Thank you. Now, let's get into this episode of Australian Survivor because I was very disappointed yesterday when the game changer was nothing but splitting everybody into two tribes.
Not only split them into two tribes, but split them into a classic have not situation. Be like, I wonder who's gonna win. It's
The
all
tribe who,
house.
right, the tribes who have everything, or the tribe who has nothing. It's going to always be the tribe who has everything.
Uh, it
Like,
was
ugh,
it's so exhausting because I mean we had a once again a pretty nice strategy session going in, and it's just like, oh, no, not anymore. You're basically gonna decide two targets, and then three more of you are being thrown over via rock.
it's just so, it was so stupid. If we gonna be honest, it was
Ugh.
just, it was crazy. But on the bright side, like me and David said yesterday, at least there should be no more non-elimination happening in in this season. So
Yes.
we have bypassed the non-elimination round, and every week, every day, somebody should get eliminated. So thankful for that.
At least we probably are. My honest thought is they could throw a double elimination in and then still have a non-elimination episode just to screw with people. Like genuinely, I could see like, oh, and by the way, this upcoming challenge, yeah, if you're last place, you just go home. Because I would honestly expect Australian Survivor to do that at this point. Like, why not? We've thrown out the concept of what a tribal council means. Why not throw out the concept of what a challenge means?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but sure. Um, uh, so we get back to camp. Well, we get to the two camps. Let's start with the Baron camp. We get
Ugh.
back to the Baron camp, and these poor people, these five individuals are stuck at this camp. And of all days, it decided to be a monsoon of rain, just raining on them constantly. Is the day they decide to do this challenge. I'm like, did y'all just look at the weather report and was like, when is it gonna rain? And that's when we're gonna do it. Like when it's 100% chance of rain, that's when we're gonna do it.
uh, they are suffering. It's full lightning, like lightning, thunder, pouring rain, like good 30-mile-per-hour winds. And everyone just goes,
This sucks.
this sucks. We have nothing.
It's the worst. And I said it yesterday. I felt so bad for Paulie yesterday in yesterday's episode because he just got screwed over every chance he got. And now he's on this beach with nothing in the rain, feeling at the bottom, get thrown over there heavy, like handedly. Like there was no tie for him. He was like, you are absolutely going over there. And so he's like, why am I being punished? Why am I
Ugh.
being punished here? Why am I the one that has to suffer through everything? And he's like, I don't blame him for feeling that way. I would feel that way. And he's just like over it. He's over it. They're trying to build a shelter out of nothing. These wet palm fronds, these wet sticks, like it's
Ugh.
it's so pointless. They're just gonna freeze and be cold all night. And it was bad. He was over it. Everybody's trying to do something, but they're all over it. They have no energy. It's just a horrible,
They
horrible
have
experience.
nothing. And this is the one thing I don't understand. This isn't fun.
No.
Like, the whole point of this is that in the next immunity challenge, the tribes are going to go head to head
Yeah.
with the bounty already having an advantage, and
Yeah.
then the
Breakfast too.
losing tribe is just going to be up for elimination. Like, this is basically never going to end in anyone but Baron being in danger.
Yeah.
So why not just skip the preamble? We say, you know what, Kate, you're safe. You decide someone else who is safe. And then we're just going to draw rocks for the other people who aren't safe.
Wait, why are we doing the whole
Because
vote?
it genuinely doesn't matter. And I think it's the thing that annoys me the most because it feels like we watched an extra hour 20 of Survivor to have the same outcome occur.
Right.
Actually, well, not. Not necessarily. I think the outcome definitely changed. But the outcome stayed the same only because of something that they didn't expect. But at the same time, like, it basically is just an extension. We'll get to it. Basically, we'll get to it, but I really don't like these two episodes.
Yeah, no, it was wild. It was kind of stupid for us to even do this. Like, I feel like even if we're gonna do this, split them up into have and have nots. Why don't you just, if the have nots are already, because they're going to lose. They're going to lose this challenge. There's no way anybody was going to be able to pull this off with nothing. They slept in the rain. They were cold. Their bodies are tired. They have no food. They have nothing to nourish them. And you give the other side a whole full protein filled breakfast with vegetables and eggs and everything. And then they sleeping in the coziest part that they can. And now it's like, now here, go do this challenge. Who do you think is gonna win? And so I would have rather them just said, okay, Baron, you go do it, and y'all are the only ones gonna be competing for individual immunity.
Or or if you want to do this twist, fine. Just have the two tribes be equal. Like,
Right.
you can do this twist. It's just the fact that you basically gave one side the win before you even let them step foot into the challenge that annoys me the most, because then it's like,
So
I guess.
the advantage shouldn't have been they started on the lower run. They should have started at the same ring. The advantage should have been the other tribe starts 5 minutes behind them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, let the other one go, and then in 5 minutes, the other tribe will go up to the top, and then we'll start, and then it'll stay up, and then it'll go from there, and then we'll all move together. But like, why make them start in the middle? What was the whole? Okay, we ain't even there yet, but
we're not even there yet,
we're
but
not
like,
even there
can
yet.
you
But
tell we have opinions?
it's so annoying. It's so
It's
frustrating.
genuinely so frustrating, but
But so Baron is suffering, and then we see the bounty over there just living it up. They tanning and sunbathing, and they eating all this eggs and a vegetable omelet over there with all the salt and the pepper. I'm like, salt and pepper. That's it. Can I get my garlic powder, onion powder? But it's okay. They got all that stuff. They got vegetables. They got seasoning. That's nice. They're eating it up. They're eating it up, and they living it up, and they having a good time. Um. So this is the funny part to me. The next day, after breakfast and after everything, we see on the Bounty tribe, we see Kate and Morgan off trying to rinse off as much as possible, washing their hair. And then we see Karen and Zara just sitting at the beach. And so Kate and Morgan are kind of like, even though we're on the beach, on the Bounty beach, it's still tension because Zara and Karen are not talking to us. They don't want nothing to do with us. And Morgan knows the plan was her. She knows the plan was her before, and she knows Karen was spearheading that plan for her. Um, and so she's kind of like, but they're just not, you know. And so Kate is like, oh, I wish they would just open up a little bit. We can talk because I would think we should. This is the time we go for Miles. And Morgan was like, absolutely, because he's getting very cocky. When are we going to be able to do that again? And she was like, I wish we could just do it, but they just won't open up to them. Then we go back to Zara and Cara and like, ugh, I wish those girls would really want to work with us, but they don't. They don't want
but
to
they
work with
don't.
us. They
They
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
work with
work
us.
with us. That wouldn't make any sense. Anyway, do you want to do Miles?
We should, because they were like, because I really want to do Miles, but I don't know if they will work with us. And I'm like, if y'all
Uh,
would just talk, you would know you got the same idea. But both of them like, oh, we don't. They don't want to work with us. So
they don't
Kate was
want to
like,
work.
it doesn't hurt to ask. Morgan's like, I mean, you can ask, but I don't think they want to work with us. She was like, but we just have to ask. So they're like, okay, well, we'll go ask. And so Kate goes and was like, what do y'all think about working or trying to get out Miles? And they're like, oh, it's the
Oh,
plan we were just talking about. Oh my God,
how fun.
we're all on the same page here. We're here. And so they were like, okay, we can get out Miles. That'll be working. If the four of us get together, we get out miles. We can, if we win, that's who we can do it. So their plan is set in motion that they want to try to get out miles because he's getting really cocky. He's changing the plans. Karen was pissed off the other day, and she's over it. And so Kate decides she's like, after they leave, should we tell AJ? I mean, because I don't really want to burn anything with AJ, but I think we should tell him. And Morgan's like, if you want to tell him,
I mean,
sure.
it doesn't hurt. I
That's
mean,
all
what
right.
else can he do?
What else did he do? So Kate goes and tells AJ that the plan is that they want to all go on miles if they win. And AJ's like, sure. Yeah. I mean, Miles is
I mean, I
I
gotta disconnect from him somehow.
right, I disconnect from him because everybody is associating with me and it's getting me in trouble. So I need to disassociate myself with Miles. And yeah. So yeah, I'll be down. If the Karen and Zara down, oh, they're down. So he's
Oh,
like,
they're not.
oh,
Everyone on Bounty has agreed to a name on Baron because they already know they're winning.
yes.
I mean, maybe they had a little bit of strategy talk where they were like, "Oh, who do we vote for on our tribe if we lose?" But
Mm,
I don't feel
They
like they did.
they didn't even show that, even if
They
they
didn't even show
did,
it.
because we
I,
knew.
we knew what
We've
would end
been
up
there what
happening.
was how happen. But then we do go to Bounty Beach and
Baron,
Barren Beach. Oh, sorry, we're at Bounty Beach. We go to Barren
you're good.
Beach. We go to Barren Beach, and guess what, Jack? A similar conversation is happening at Barron's Beach
Wow.
between Kaylin and Logan and Kristen and Harley because now they're like, we might, if we lose, which we probably are, we need to think about who we're going to vote for. And if the four of us stick together and we do Miles,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, they're literally just like, we can just get rid of Miles here. Like, all the four of us don't want to deal with him anymore. Great, we'll just like offer him up to the Bounty tribe. They'll probably be fine with it. Like, easy
yeah,
vote. We don't have to worry about anything.
and
Miles
look,
comes by, just like,
I
hey, I
got
have your
water.
waters. Where should I put them? It's like,
Like,
yeah,
oh, just take a boat.
Miles, just
Just go,
go
man.
away. Like,
Go.
go. What was it even? Like, go hang it on our
Go hang him
torches?
at the
Like,
torches.
just telling him to fully fuck off.
And he's like, oh, okay, okay. He's like, we're just discussing what happened yesterday. We're like, oh, okay, okay. Like he wasn't a part of what happened yesterday. But okay. So they're all like, yeah, Miles, yeah. And he just comes casually walking back. And then they're like, yeah. And that's
Yeah,
it.
okay.
That's it. Like they're convinced that it's going to be Miles, and that's fine. And so we do go. I mean, Paulie is now feeling very refreshed now. He's dancing again. He has a little bit of hope. He's like, woohoo, we're doing it. We're doing good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So everybody's on the Baron tribe know what they're gonna do. Everybody on the Bounty tribe know what they're gonna do. And then we go to the immunity challenge and they see what it is and they're like, oh, great.
Okay, it's a classic.
It's a classic. Straddle a pole and with these little footholds and you hold on as long as you can. But there's the advantage that we have to talk about because the Bounty tribe has this advantage, and they're going to start at the top of the pole where the bigger foothold is, and they can lean over and hold on to that pole, and it's not that hard. But the Baron tribe, who is hungry, destitute, cold, freezing, all that stuff, they have to start in the middle of the pole, and they just have to. Well, the foothold is significantly smaller than the one the Bounty tribe is holding on to. Why?
Because they can.
I guess.
Uh, I mean,
I guess.
honestly, there's not much to even talk about with this challenge. It's
Nope.
genuinely just a slog. I mean, we do have PD get to the end against Kate and Morgan.
Wait, no.
No, Kate and Zara.
No, no, not PD because PD is gone. You mean
Did I
Paulie?
say Polly or PD?
You said PD.
Polly, yes. I know who's still in the game still, I promise.
Yeah. Paulie is up there by himself because everybody else dropped out at this point. And then it's between Kate and Zara are the only two. Morgan decided to start in the middle because she was not going to the top because she is scared of heights. So she was like, I'm not going to the top. So I'm just gonna start in the middle. And I was like, okay. But so it was down to, like I said, Paulie, Kate, Zara, and not Paulie won. Surprise to no one.
Yeah, ugh,
Surprise to no
it's
one.
it's just
The Bounty Tribe wins.
okay. Sure.
Right.
This was a lovely 25-minute opener. Let's get to the vote.
It so we get to the back to the beach. Everybody goes now. Everybody's back together on the beach, and the scramble starts. And AJ decides he needs to have a conversation with Miles, and AJ is like, "I need to figure out how to do this where I am safe, but Miles is safe, but I look like I'm disassociating with Miles, and nobody thinks like we're going to be on opposite sides. We don't work together anymore. So how do I do this?" AJ says, "Miles, the vote is on you. You should play your idol." And then we vote out Polly.
And then no,
At
they're
first, it
voting
was
out.
Polly.
Oh yeah, it was.
At first, they will go to split. They were going to vote on Polly and Miles, but Miles getting the majority of the vote.
But
But then,
yeah,
no,
no.
Miles says, no, no, I have a different idea. And Miles pulls Logan aside, pulls Logan and says, "Hey, I know the vote's on me, but I have an idol." And Logan was like, "What?
Oh,
Oh."
huh.
And he's like, "The split is between you and it will be probably you and Polly. So how about we vote Kristen?" And Logan was like, "Oh, well, I guess I don't
Huh.
have a choice if I want to
Yeah.
stay." Miles was like, "Yeah, absolutely, you don't have a choice because I'm going to play my idol tonight on myself." Here's my thing: nobody asked to see the idol because I would ask to see an idol. I'm like, "You got an idol? You just telling me you got an idol? Can I see it?"
The thing is, I think this was actually smarter for him to not show it. Because if he does show it, then congrats. The idol is fully confirmed.
Yeah,
And they can start fully strategizing around that. If they know Miles is going to play it anyway, they're not going to vote him. Instead, if Miles says he has it but never shows it, they can have doubt that the idol actually exists and they'll keep
I,
their votes on Miles. But I don't,
I mean,
at the same time, I don't think that was the intent.
I absolutely think that was a great idea for Miles. I'm talking about Polly and Logan didn't even ask to see it. Like I would have asked to see it. Now, if Miles would have
Oh,
showed it to me, that would be on him. But I like they're just gonna take Miles's word. Like he said, I have an idol, and nobody asked, "Can I see it?" And if it's on my life is on the line and I'm at the bottom, I'm gonna ask to see it first before I just fully believe into your plan and say, "Okay, yeah, I'll vote Kristen."
I mean, also granted, Miles has played two or three idols at this point. I think it's
Just
because he
two.
stole one, and then the one in the no,
Yeah,
it's three.
it's two as of now. He'll have three. Even this will be his third idol
Yes,
play.
this will be his third. But yeah, I mean, he's already publicly stolen an idol. He's already played his public idol. Like at this point, Miles saying he has an idol, you can just believe him.
I don't just trust anybody, but that's just me. I have trust issues.
That is true.
I do have
Yeah.
trust issues, but that's just me. But yeah, but so Logan is like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, if I have to do it, I have to do it. I have no choice. So then Miles goes to Paulie and tells him the same thing. It was like the split it on you, and I have an idol. And Paulie's like, for fuck's sake, you have an idol. Of course you have an idol. Of course. Uh, and so he's like, So if you are down to vote Kristen, he was like, yeah. And he was like, I mean, I have no choice at this point to do it. And he was like, do we have the numbers to make it work? And he was like, yeah. And Miles's reasoning for going after Kristen makes a bunch of sense. Miles is like, everybody loves Kristen. Has everybody in her pocket. Everybody loves Kristen. We love Kristen around here. He said, Kristen's in an alliance with everybody except for me. She's nice to everybody except for me. So she's a threat to me. If she's not nice to me, she's a threat to me. So therefore, she has to go. I was like, absolutely, makes perfect sense. You saying that. It makes perfect sense. But Miles, everybody else is kind of like, okay. Well, we don't really want to. But we gotta Polly and Logan, like, we gotta do it because we don't have no choice, or it's going to be us. And we don't want it to be us. So then Miles goes to AJ and it's like, hey, I need you to vote Kristen with me. And AJ is kind of like a little hesitant, like, I think I can work Kristen. He was like, no, no, absolutely not. We need to vote Kristen because she is in with everybody. He said, look at the bigger picture, AJ. If you think you got an alliance with her and everybody thinks they got an alliance with her and everybody loves Kristen, if she's loved by everybody, hated by none, who's a bigger threat to us? And he's like, yeah, that makes
You
sense.
have a point. Unfortunately,
Makes
I
sense.
can't just decide what to do. God damn it! Oh,
I guess. But so AJ says he'll do Kristen. So Miles is under the illusion that he has AJ, Paulie, Logan, and himself voting on Kristen. Sure, that's what it's going to be. Then that's what it's going to be. All right. Hmm.
uh,
Hmm. So we then see um everybody's talking, and Karen is talking, and she's trying to secure the plan for Miles. Everybody's like, "Yep, it's Miles." But then Paulie is starting to flip out a little bit because he heard that the split vote was on him. Karen and not Karen, Kaylin and Kristen tells him that he might get a couple of votes, but he won't get the majority votes because Miles has now already told Paulie that he has an idol. So Paulie knows if they are all still planning to vote on Miles, Miles is going to use his idol and it's gonna fall on him. So now, after hearing that Kaylin and Kristen were saying he might get a couple of votes, but it won't be the majority of votes, he's good. He's like, I don't like that. No, no, because if Miles passes Idol, it's gonna be on me, and I don't want it to be on me. So now he's freaking out. He's freaking out, and he's going to everybody like, why does it have to be me? Why did I stay on that pole for an hour and a half only to still be at the bottom? I deserve not to be put my name come out the urn. I deserve that. And he's telling everybody this. He told the car, and Car is like, whoa, okay, no, it's nothing we could do. We can't change it. Kaylin and Kristen are like, it's out of our hands. It's going to be.
literally, everyone is like, "No, we're locked in. Like, we're not gonna change anything." And in fact, you running around and trying to get everyone to frantically flip is making us go, "We're not changing anything, and we're now pretty locked."
And whatever happened happened. And so even he freaked out AJ, who was the king of freak outs, who freaked everybody out. But even AJ was like, whoa, whoa, because he's like, I deserve not having my name come out of that urn. I stood on that thing. What was this whole purpose of us getting together and getting up on these things? And I stayed on that pole for an hour and a half and da da da. Like he was mad. Don't blame him, but I'm like,
Don't
Paulie,
blame him.
calm down.
I I think it's just because he genuinely was like, "Wow, I was going to be screwed over. Y'all screwed me, and then you gave me a plan. You gave me all this false confidence, and then you're throwing me under the bus again." I think
Especially
it's just genuinely him being exhausted.
Yeah, just frustrated and annoyed and is like tired of this, tired of being
Mhm.
everybody's punching bag, tired of everybody being everybody's plan B. He was just tired. He was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And he was just like, I'm flipping out. And so Logan. then decides she's gonna go to Kristen. And she's like, look, what's the vote? What's the split? And she's like, you might get some votes, Logan. And she was like, Miles has an idol. Because people were like, the votes are all Miles. They said Miles has an idol. And she's like, are you sure? She's like, he told me he got an idol. And I don't want it to be me. And he's putting the votes on you. So Kristen's like, oh,
Oh, interesting.
interesting. And so he was like, she was like, so we could do something about this if we flip it with and tell Polly. I mean, if Polly tells you. And Kristen's like, yeah, he got to tell me because if he doesn't tell me that the votes are on me, then he's showing me that he doesn't want to work with me. And this is my last chance because I've given him opportunity after opportunity to work with me. And every time I do it, he screws
He
me.
he's just kind of thrown her off. So
So she's like, okay. So she went to Paul and was like, let's talk about something. So what's the plan? So Paul is like, what's the plan? He's trying to act like nothing is different. He's still trying to figure out what's going on. And Chris was like, I don't know. Um, do you know anything? And he's like, no, why would I know anything? Everybody stop talking to me. And he's like, so you haven't heard no other plans? And he was like,
no.
no. So Chris was like,
Okay. Yep.
okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and write Polly's name down tonight because he won't talk to me.
He won't
That's
talk to me.
it. It's
Won't
over.
tell me anything. It's done. Like I've tried to give him the opportunity to tell me something, and he wouldn't do it. So, boop, there it is. Um, and so everybody is like pretty set on what they're going to do and how they're going to handle these situations. What tribal is supposed to look like. So let's go to tribal, shall we?
Let's go to tribal.
So tribal happens, and there's a lot of questions from JLP in this tribal. A lot of conversations happening in this tribal, and he's trying to figure out where the votes go with the two tribes, how with each tribe concerned that each tribe would bond and make new alliances and new, things will come out of it. And it was like, I mean, it's an opportunity all every day for new alliances to pop up and different things to happen. And the bear and people like they had this beautiful breakfast that they could have bonded over and then they won. So they didn't have to, they weren't worried, concerned about scrambling for their life, but it was so sure that we were concerned that a bonding experience could happen, and the and the bonding people were like, yes, but in that same factor, we don't know what kind of bonding that they had over there because they were all upset with us. They could have bonded to with an alliance that will go beyond this tribal council and it could form something later in the future. And then we could have risk at everybody having their own personal agenda for the game. And everybody on it's probably somebody on the bear tribe, each person wants to protect, and it's probably somebody over here that they want. So it's a risk back and forth between us. We're all trying to figure out what's the best move for our game in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a lot of questioning going on. And in the midst of the questioning, we see Karen lean over to AJ and is like, did Miles make you change your vote? And he's like, what? Did Miles make you change your vote? And he's like, oh, no, no, no.
No. What? Why?
What?
Why would he
Why
have
would
done
he
that?
do that? No, vote's the same. He was like, I'm voting Miles. He's like, okay, okay. And so that's what they were like talking, and everybody's just it's a lot of questions from JLP. And I was like, come on, let's get
Let's
with
speed it
this.
up. We
Let's
don't we
speed it
don't need to
up.
hear all this. I mean, I know we're kind of just like extending the inevitable, but like a
Let's
little
wrap it
bit.
a little bit. Let's get to the vote. Let's get to the vote, man. But we finally get to the vote. Everybody goes and votes. Is there something that you want to add before that vote?
No. I
Okay.
mean, for once we actually get a slightly interesting vote, if anything. It's actually
Yep.
well split.
Yeah, we get to the vote. And after JLP grabs the urn, he was like, if anybody wants to play an idol, now would be the time to do so. And everybody's looking around, looking around, looking around. And then Miles is like, okay, guys, come on. So
Oh,
everybody's like,
let
so he
me
pulls it.
play it.
I'm a,
Oh.
I'm playing it for myself. Those who knew were like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those who didn't know was like, crap.
Oh.
Shoot. So of course the first five votes that come out of the urn are for Miles. So AJ actually did what he said he was going to do, which was the smart thing to do. He needed to vote for Miles, knowing that Miles had neither, so Miles was not going home. And he made it look like to Karen and to the girls that he was doing what he said he was going to do. He voted with the group. So he needed to do what he had to do. So he voted Miles. And him and Miles started talking about it, so Miles knew, but he knew Miles wasn't going home. So all those votes, null and void. So the next vote to come out was Paulie, and then it was Logan, and then it was Kristen, and one vote left.
Two
The
votes.
four, oh, two votes left.
Two votes left, but I think only one was shown.
Let me
No,
see.
both votes
No,
were shown because because both votes were relevant.
yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
10 votes total. Yeah.
5. Yeah,
So
5. So
5-3 to 1-1.
yeah, 5, 3, 1, 1. So yeah, 5, 3, 1. Was it 3? Yeah,
It was 3, yes, and it actually is interesting
because
because
Kristen, Logan,
and Kaylin.
and Kaylin. Yeah, because Kaylin was in on the plan. Kristen, Logan, and Kaylin all vote for Paulie, and yeah,
That's
Paulie's
enough.
out. That's it. Paulie's out.
Polly is ending the game with 21 votes, which is insanely high.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, also that is Polly is the last Brawn male standing, which is
Hmm.
honestly kind of impressive that we're dropping that this early. I would
Yeah.
have honestly expected that to happen like final six, final five, when there's just not a lot of options left. But I mean, every other group has half of the people remaining.
Yeah. We are now stuck. We have just Morgan, Kate, and Kristen left for the original Braun. That's wild. Um, but yeah, I think the lion's about to start eating their face.
I,
Um,
I I think realistically, Kristen gets downed first, and then actually no,
no,
probably actually definitely
mm-mm.
not. Given last episode,
I,
Kate and Morgan get hit first. Probably they probably try and reenact the plan on Morgan.
I don't think that's
Mm,
happening.
maybe not next episode, but I'd
Not next episode.
expect.
Yeah, no,
I,
I think next step. So I think we are going to get a resurgence of the Girls Alliance.
mm-hmm.
And remember early on in this season where I was like, I don't think a girl's gonna win. They're too hot headed. They're too strong willed. They're too. I might have been wrong.
Maybe
I think we could have been wrong here. I think
there's some good contenders left.
it is a lot of really good contenders left, and I think a couple of guys still left are going to get shot really quickly, um, because they're not doing themselves any favors right now by being so vocal about their plans
Mm-hmm.
and making their plans work. After a while, these girls are gonna be like, I'm sick of listening to them, which they already are. So, and then if they want to even it out, mm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I if I
yeah.
had to take a guess, and I mean this is not a hard thing to guess, if any of the men are going to if I were to place a bet on the man who's going to live the longest, it's Kalen.
Kaylin. It's definitely Kaylin.
Miles is going to get shot out the minute they're like, okay, great, we don't know what to do with this vote. We've tried to get Miles out like 3 times now. We're going to try again. And AJ looks like he might be in hot water next episode.
Yeah. Yep. 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 So that's what we stand on that. And let's do our quick draft update. Finally, Brooke has takes a hit. It's only been like seven. Like Brooke took a hit first,
And
and
then
then
just before merge, because Ben
yeah,
randomly left the game.
randomly left the game. So right before merge, Brooke has not had took the second hit, and now finally, Brooke has taken the third hit with Paulie being on the jury. It's wild.
Ugh. And I mean, looking at the remainder of Brooks' team, I really don't know how long they're gonna have people. If anything,
Kristen will be the last person, I think.
Kristen will be the last person. But I mean,
How
maybe
long?
this is a wild shot of a theory. I think Brooke might be the first one to lose everyone, because if Miles and AJ are taking too much heat and then
Yes.
they look and see, oh, I mean, we don't know what to do with the vote here. Kristen? Yeah, sure. She's not
Because,
really connected.
especially because if Kaylin can start just win, if Kaylin can win individual immunity, they can't vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
We shall
We
see.
shall see what we shall see. But whew, this is heating up. This is heating up. And it's going to be wild to see what happens. But we are going to be back here to talk about it tomorrow. I mean, I won't be here, but somebody will be here.
I
Jack will
will
be here.
be. Logan might be.
Logan is saying that they're going to jump in and save the day because I honestly, y'all, I just need a break. I have been podcasting every day this week. Every single day. Last week, every going into this week. Like I've been podcasting. I just need one day to
You
recoup
need
and
one day to like just not do anything.
not do anything. So I'm going to take that tomorrow, and Logan is going to step in for me. David is going to be out as well. So, but David will be back next week, hopefully. But that's where we're at because Jack won't be here next week.
I won't be here next week due to something I can't discuss.
That's okay. Jack won't be here next week, but I'll be back next week. I'll be fully recouped and ready to go again. But we are going to, no matter who's here or who's not here, a podcast will happen and you will get your content on Australian Survivor episode 17. So, 18. 18. Yeah, because this was 17.
Yes.
Yes, so 18. So you'll get your podcast on episode 18, Trust and Believe. But thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time to spend it with us. We hope you got all the content that you can get. If you let us know in the comments what you think, let me know who you're rooting for, who you think is going to be next to go. Are we completely off base with our thoughts and opinions? Let us know. Let us
Let
know how
us
you feel.
know.
Hit us up in the comments. Also, follow us on this channel, which help us reach our mission. But follow us on all of our channels because all our channels are trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So check out all of the channels in the description below in that link tree. If also you can follow us on our audio podcast links, that's down there, and our Patreon is down there as well. You can follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and you can follow Jack and me at those same um, sites. My Instagram's right there. Jack is the same. Just follow Jack everywhere. Follow us everywhere. And don't forget to get your merch, not just your mug, but all of our merch at lanag'screation.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And on that note, Jack, I'm going to see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. Bye.